The night had fallen over Earth like a blanket, wrapping the planet in calm and peace. Streets were empty, lights dimmed as the world's inhabitants slept, oblivious to the impending storm. The stillness of the night was only broken by the occasional rustling of leaves or the distant hum of city life. It was a time when the world slowed down, moments where humanity was vulnerable, unaware that the galactic empire was preparing to strike. The empire had been watching Earth for years, carefully observing its inhabitants and their progress. Its vast, far-reaching intelligence networks had monitored the planet's technological advancements, its military capabilities, and the growing potential of human ingenuity. The Empire had concluded that Earth was an emerging threat, capable of destabilizing the balance of power in the galaxy if it were allowed to develop further. To ensure their dominance, they devised a plan, a covert attack, one that would crush Earth before humanity ever realized what hit them. The Empire's approach was simple: complete secrecy. The Galactic Empire had mastered stealth technologies, allowing them to send vast fleets to the farthest reaches of space without detection. Their ships, sleek and nearly invisible to human sensors, could slip into planetary atmospheres undetected. Their armies were trained in the art of infiltration, striking quickly and efficiently before the local population could react. This would not be an invasion of massive, visible ships descending upon Earth. Instead, it would be a quiet, swift, and precise operation designed to neutralize Earth's defenses and eliminate any resistance before it had a chance to organize. High above Earth, in the silent void of space, the fleet of Empire warships gathered, cloaked from all forms of human detection. Each ship carried the most advanced weapons, shields capable of repelling almost anything Earth could throw at them, and soldiers trained to exterminate any threat swiftly. These ships were designed to remain hidden, their dark silhouettes blending with the night sky, becoming a part of the cosmos itself. The Empire's forces were ready. They had observed Earth's cities, its patterns of life, and they knew exactly where to strike. Their first target was not a military base, not a weapons facility, but the heart of Earth's population, the cities. The Empire understood that humanity's strength lay not in its individual warriors, but in its vast numbers. To eliminate Earth's ability to resist, they needed to cripple its populace, sow fear, and dismantle the infrastructure that sustained it. The first phase of the attack would be quiet and surgical, no massive explosions, no planetary destruction. Instead, they would infiltrate key locations, neutralize military installations, disable communication systems, and erase Earth's ability to mount an effective counteroffensive. On Earth, the first signs of the attack went unnoticed. Satellite systems remained blissfully unaware of the incoming danger. The first breach came in the form of a series of subtle anomalies in the atmosphere, barely detectable by any existing human technology. The Empire's ships, using cloaking devices, moved into Earth's airspace, their silent engines keeping them just out of the reach of radar. There were no loud explosions, no flashes of light, just an eerie silence as the ships began their descent into the world below. Their targets were not random. The Empire's fleet had carefully selected areas that would cause the most disruption to Earth's response. Major cities, transportation hubs, energy grids, and critical communication centers were all marked for infiltration. Their strategy was clear: take out the heart of humanity's strength, and Earth would crumble without a fight. The Empire's leaders believed that human resilience could be eliminated in a single, quiet blow. While the Empire's fleet moved into position, their soldiers prepared for the ground assault. Equipped with advanced armor, energy weapons, and cloaking technology of their own, these soldiers were ready to infiltrate key government buildings, military complexes, and strategic communication hubs. Their mission was to neutralize any organized resistance, prevent coordination between Earth's governments, and ensure that Earth's ability to fight back was eliminated before it ever had a chance to form. Each Empire soldier was a specialist, trained for stealth and efficiency, ensuring that they could slip into the shadows, strike without being seen, and disappear before anyone knew what had happened. As the first Empire soldiers deployed to Earth, they encountered no resistance. They moved swiftly, silently, and with precision, disabling Earth's defenses and neutralizing key targets with ruthless efficiency. In the heart of a major city, a group of Empire soldiers infiltrated a military headquarters, shutting down communication systems and securing the area in mere moments. The humans, still unaware, were left in the dark as their systems went offline, their defense capabilities crippled in an instant. Elsewhere, in another city, the Empire's soldiers sabotaged power grids, cutting off electricity to entire regions. The world's lights flickered and then vanished, plunging cities into darkness. There was no panic at first, just confusion. People went about their routines, unaware that their world was being systematically dismantled. The Galactic Empire's soldiers were everywhere. They were invisible in the dark, their movements silent, and their attacks swift. They infiltrated Earth's highest security installations, neutralized communication networks, and set the stage for the next phase of their plan, the eradication of human resistance. Everything was proceeding according to plan. But as the Empire's forces moved deeper into Earth's heart, they underestimated one key element: the unpredictability of humanity. The Empire, in all its advanced technology and vast resources, had never accounted for human ingenuity. They had believed that Earth's people would be like any other race they had conquered, unprepared, vulnerable, and incapable of organized resistance. They were wrong. Earth's people had a power that no technology, no invasion, and no army could predict: the will to fight, the drive to survive, and the ability to adapt quickly to any threat. The Empire's silent attack had begun, but something was already stirring beneath the surface. The fate of Earth was about to change, and the Empire had no idea what was coming. The Empire's invasion had begun with swift and silent efficiency, but humanity had one hidden asset: an elite group of soldiers who were trained for situations just like this. They were a covert black ops unit, a group so secretive that even the highest ranks of government had only limited knowledge of their existence. Operating outside conventional military structures, they were designed to respond to threats that could not be dealt with by normal means. And now, Earth faced a threat unlike any it had ever seen. The Black Ops team had been monitoring the situation for years, aware of the growing tension between Earth and extraterrestrial forces. Though most of humanity slept unaware, the team had been prepared for a conflict that would involve more than just earthly powers. The sudden disruption in Earth's communication systems, the flickering lights, and the strange anomalies in the atmosphere were all signals to the team that something far greater than a mere technological glitch was at play. They had been waiting for this moment, the moment when Earth would be under attack. In a hidden command center deep beneath the Earth's surface, the call to action was made. The leader of the Black Ops unit, known only by his codename Falcon, received the brief. The message was clear: an extraterrestrial force had infiltrated Earth's atmosphere, and their operations were underway. It wasn't just an invasion, it was a covert strike aimed at crippling humanity's ability to respond. The Empire's forces were too well equipped, their technology too advanced to be faced with conventional military tactics. It was up to Falcon's team to stop them. Falcon assembled his squad with practiced efficiency. Each member of the Black Ops unit had been chosen for their specific skill set. There was Viper, a communications expert who could hack into any system, no matter how secure. Raven, a sharpshooter with unparalleled accuracy. Wolf, a stealth expert, able to move undetected even in the most dangerous of environments. And Phoenix, a technician and explosive specialist, capable of disabling or repurposing enemy technology with terrifying precision. Together, they formed a formidable team, and together, they would take on the Empire. As Falcon briefed his team, they quickly set to work. The mission was clear: track the Empire's movements, gather intel, and neutralize their operations before the Empire could complete their objectives. Earth's defenses had already been crippled, and communication lines were down. The Empire had struck hard and fast, but the Black Ops unit was humanity's last line of defense. The team's first priority was to infiltrate the enemy's communications. The Empire's ships and soldiers were equipped with advanced cloaking technologies that rendered them invisible to Earth's most sophisticated detection systems. Their ships could appear out of nowhere, and their soldiers could infiltrate key areas without being detected. However, the team had something the Empire didn't: a deep understanding of their own planet. They knew its systems, its vulnerabilities, and most importantly, they knew how to fight back. Viper immediately set to work, accessing Earth's emergency military networks through secure back channels. He quickly discovered that the Empire had begun jamming communication frequencies, isolating Earth's forces, and preventing them from coordinating a response. Viper's hands flew over his keyboard, bypassing security protocols with ease. Within minutes, he had re-established a secure communication link, allowing the Black Ops team to stay one step ahead of the Empire's movements. Meanwhile, Raven, Wolf, and Phoenix prepared for the next phase. They would need to move quickly and quietly, striking at the heart of the Empire's operations while avoiding detection. Raven was tasked with providing overwatch, her sniper rifle a deadly extension of her keen eyes. Wolf, always one step ahead, mapped out the Empire's likely movements, pinpointing weak spots in their defense and determining where the team would have the best chance of disrupting their operations. Phoenix was already tinkering with explosive devices and repurposing advanced weaponry, preparing for any confrontation that might arise. The first targets were key government buildings and military installations. The Empire had infiltrated Earth's highest security zones, rendering Earth's own defenses useless. As the team moved through the shadows, they encountered a few of the Empire soldiers. These soldiers, while powerful, were not infallible. The Black Ops unit used their knowledge of human terrain to their advantage, setting traps and ambushing Empire soldiers with precision. In one instance, the team encountered a small squad of Empire troops attempting to secure a communications tower. The enemy soldiers, equipped with cloaking devices, were almost invisible to the naked eye. But Raven's sharp eyes spotted the shimmer of their camouflage, and in a flash, the team was on them. Raven's sniper rifle took out the first two soldiers with cold precision, while Wolf led the charge, moving in to incapacitate the rest. The Empire soldiers were overwhelmed before they even knew what hit them. With their first victory under their belt, the team pushed deeper into enemy territory. But this was just the beginning. The Empire's forces were vast, and their technology was far beyond anything Earth had ever encountered. Still, the Black Ops team pressed on, using their ingenuity and tactical prowess to exploit weaknesses in the Empire's operations. Viper continued to feed critical intelligence to the team, uncovering more about the Empire's objectives. The team learned that the Empire was not simply targeting military installations. They were also working to sabotage Earth's energy grids and communications networks, ensuring that humanity could not unite against the invasion. The team's next objective became clear. They had to stop the Empire from completing their mission before it was too late. The Black Ops unit's ability to adapt and think on their feet was their greatest strength. As they infiltrated deeper into enemy territory, they encountered increasingly sophisticated security systems and technology. But Phoenix's expertise with alien technology proved invaluable. She was able to disable enemy devices, repurpose their weapons, and use their own technology against them. With each victory, the team grew bolder, and the Empire's grip on Earth began to weaken. By the time the Black Ops unit had secured their first major victory, the Empire's invasion had been thrown into disarray. They had underestimated Earth's ability to fight back. The Empire had come to Earth believing that their superior technology would give them an easy victory, but they had failed to account for one crucial factor: humanity's will to survive. The Black Ops team had proven that no matter how advanced an enemy was, there was always a way to fight back, to resist, and to adapt. The first phase of the war had begun, and though Earth's defenses had been severely compromised, humanity's response was just getting started. The Black Ops unit had proven that Earth would not go down without a fight. The Black Ops unit had already proven its worth, but the fight was far from over. The Empire's forces were formidable, and their technology was beyond anything Earth had ever faced. The battle had only just begun, and now the unit had to step up their efforts. It was time for a more direct confrontation. With their intel on the Empire's operations growing stronger, the Black Ops team identified their next target: the Empire's command center, the heart of their invasion. If they could take it out, The rest of the Empire's forces would be left without direction. But this was no simple mission. It would be the team's most dangerous operation yet. The Empire's forces had not only advanced technology, but also elite soldiers whose primary function was to eliminate any threats. A direct assault would require everything the team had. The first challenge was infiltrating the command center, a heavily fortified structure located in one of Earth's most secure areas. The Empire had deployed its best forces there to oversee the final stages of their attack. The team knew they couldn't simply walk in through the front door. They needed to move quickly, silently, and with deadly precision. Wolf mapped out the terrain. The Empire's command center was shielded by multiple layers of security, both technological and physical. There were energy barriers, cloaked surveillance drones, and armed guards everywhere. Wolf's sharp mind worked out the perfect approach, avoiding the most heavily guarded areas and taking advantage of the Empire's blind spots. The team would move through the shadows, strike fast, and get out before the Empire even realized they had been there. Raven was the first to scout ahead, her sniper rifle ready to pick off any guards who might alert the rest of the base. She had the sharpest eyes in the unit, and her skills would be crucial in taking out any Empire soldiers who stood between them and their objective. As she surveyed the area, she signaled to the rest of the team. The guards were in position, but there was a pattern. The team could exploit it. The Empire's security relied too heavily on technology and not enough on human intuition. They were vulnerable. With Raven's signal, the team moved into position. Phoenix, with her expertise in technology, began to disable the energy barriers that protected the command center's entrance. She worked quickly, using a mix of human and alien tech to bypass the complex systems. The barriers fell, but they weren't out of the woods yet. The team had to move fast before the Empire realized they were under attack. As they entered the command center, the real fight began. The Empire's elite soldiers, equipped with advanced armor and weapons, engaged the Black Ops team. The first few minutes were chaos. Energy blasts whizzed by, and the sound of gunfire echoed through the hallways. But the Black Ops unit was well coordinated, and their training kicked in. Raven's shots were precise, picking off enemies before they could react. Wolf moved through the shadows, silently incapacitating soldiers without a sound. Phoenix used her tech skills to turn the Empire's weapons against them, causing the enemy's own systems to malfunction. It wasn't just about brute force, it was about strategy. The Empire's soldiers were well trained, but they weren't ready for the kind of unorthodox warfare the Black Ops unit employed. Each member of the team was an expert in their field, and their skills complemented each other perfectly. They had one goal: take down the Empire's command center and cripple their invasion. As the team fought their way deeper into the facility, they encountered resistance from the Empire's top officers, those who had been trained to deal with threats like the Black Ops unit. These were no ordinary soldiers. They were commanders, tacticians, and experts in combat. But the Black Ops team was prepared. They didn't fight fair. They used everything at their disposal: stealth, surprise, and ruthless efficiency. The battle raged on, but with each enemy that fell, the team grew closer to their objective. They had to disable the central command system, the brain of the Empire's operations. If they could do that, the invasion would be thrown into chaos. The Empire's forces relied on a central control hub to coordinate their strikes across Earth, and without it, they would be disoriented, vulnerable. Phoenix, working under fire, found the central control system. She quickly set to work, bypassing the Empire's encryption and locking down their command network. The system faltered. For a moment, the Empire's command was thrown into disarray, and that's when the Black Ops team made their final push. But the Empire was not without its contingencies. As the central control system began to fail, the base's security began to activate its final defense protocols: automated turrets, drones, and reinforcements. The team was under heavy fire, and the pressure was mounting. But they didn't falter. Each member of the Black Ops unit pushed forward, knowing that this was their only chance to stop the invasion. Raven's sniper shots rang out, taking down enemy commanders one by one. Wolf led the charge, incapacitating any reinforcements that tried to rush in. Phoenix, despite the chaos, continued to work, her hands moving faster than ever as she dismantled the last bits of the Empire's control systems. She finally finished the hack, and the central system went dark. The Empire's command network was gone. Their invasion plans were crippled. The Empire's forces began to retreat, their once coordinated assault now a disorganized mess. Without their central command, they were lost. The Black Ops team had won the day. The Empire's attack was in disarray, and Earth had been given a fighting chance. But the battle was far from over. The Empire would regroup, and the war was not yet won. But for the first time, humanity had struck back with force. The Empire had underestimated Earth's ability to resist, and now they knew they were facing something far more dangerous than they had ever anticipated. The Black Ops unit had shown them just how resilient and deadly humans could be when cornered. The Empire's command center had fallen, but the threat was far from over. With their operations in disarray, the invaders had yet to realize the full extent of the counteroffensive that humanity was now capable of. The Black Ops unit had dealt a significant blow, but the Empire was still a force to be reckoned with. As the team regrouped, it became clear that while the first victory had been crucial, Earth's survival would require an ongoing, relentless resistance. The Empire would retaliate, and the Black Ops unit had to be ready. The team took no time to celebrate their success. They knew that the battle was only beginning. The Empire had multiple fleets stationed around Earth, and their forces were vast. But there was a new element at play now. The Galactic Empire had underestimated humanity's ability to organize, to adapt, and to fight back. Earth's governments, military forces, and civilians were now aware of the true nature of the threat. With the Black Ops unit leading the charge, the planet began to mobilize on a scale the Empire could not have imagined. Falcon, the leader of the Black Ops unit, now found himself coordinating with global defense leaders. He had never anticipated working alongside governments, but the dire situation left no room for pride. The coordination of Earth's military forces had been difficult at first, with communication channels still shaky and fragmented. But after the Empire's control center had been hacked, humanity gained access to critical intelligence about the invaders' strategies and weaknesses. The first major step toward unifying the planet had been taken, and the tides of the war were shifting. Falcon's unit continued to operate behind the lines, working in tandem with military forces to execute highly targeted strikes on the Empire's remaining strongholds. Viper, Raven, Wolf, and Phoenix were all key players in this effort. They were the spearhead, gathering intel, sabotaging enemy systems, and engaging in hit-and-run tactics that slowed the Empire's advances and made them question their own strategies. Viper's intelligence network, once fragmented, was now rapidly expanding. He was able to tap into Empire communications, uncovering more details about their plans, their supply routes, and their vulnerabilities. Each new piece of information was a key to dismantling the Empire's hold on Earth. But the Empire, having underestimated Earth's ability to fight back, was now responding with increased force. They began launching targeted strikes at key human population centers, trying to break the morale of Earth's people. They thought they could intimidate humanity into submission, but what they hadn't anticipated was the human capacity to endure and fight back. Raven, with her sharp eyes, continued to lead the team in reconnaissance missions. She knew the Empire's soldiers were relentless, but they were not infallible. With Earth's forces now organized and fighting back, the Empire found themselves engaged in a battle of attrition. Their once coordinated strikes were being disrupted by counterattacks, ambushes, and sabotage. Raven's sniper shots picked off key targets, disrupting Empire leaders and creating chaos in their ranks. Wolf's ability to move undetected behind enemy lines proved invaluable in this phase of the war. The Empire's forces had been scattered, their units left vulnerable and uncoordinated in the wake of the Black Ops team's actions. Wolf, with his unparalleled stealth skills, slipped in and out of their camps, sowing confusion and sabotage. He planted explosives, cut off supply lines, and left the Empire scrambling to adjust. Each successful mission pushed the Empire closer to exhaustion. Phoenix, ever the technician, now focused on repurposing enemy technology to humanity's advantage. The Empire had brought with them advanced weaponry, energy shields, and technology that was far beyond Earth's current capabilities. But Phoenix had begun to reverse-engineer their systems. She found ways to adapt their tech for human use, turning the Empire's own strength against them. She hacked into their systems, sabotaged their communications, and helped Earth's forces utilize their stolen technology to fight back with the same precision the Empire had once used. While the Black Ops unit continued to disrupt the Empire's plans, the world's armies began to rally. The loss of the Empire's command center had been a devastating blow to their strategy, and as Earth's forces grew more unified and organized, the invaders realized they were facing a planet that would not easily submit. The Empire's massive fleets were now struggling to maintain their grip on Earth's atmosphere. The tides were turning, but the war was far from over. Humanity's resolve was tested in every battle. The Empire launched devastating orbital bombardments against cities, hoping to break human spirit. But Earth responded with equal ferocity. The Black Ops unit continued to coordinate with the world's forces, executing precision strikes that crippled the Empire's infrastructure and military bases. The combined efforts of humanity's military, civilian populations, and the covert unit had become a force that no single empire could easily crush. As the war dragged on, the Empire began to face the limitations of their technological supremacy. They had the firepower, the weapons, and the ships, but they had underestimated humanity's resourcefulness. Earth's people, now aware of the stakes, fought back with a level of determination the Empire had never encountered before. The Empire's soldiers, once confident in their superiority, now found themselves fighting a war on two fronts, the battlefield and the growing human resistance. Falcon and his team were at the heart of this resistance, executing operations deep in enemy territory. With each mission, they struck at the Empire's weak points, further destabilizing their forces. The Empire's superior technology had been a significant advantage, but now it was proving to be a double-edged sword. Every advance they made was met with a counterattack that slowly wore down their strength. The final phase of the war began to unfold. Earth's forces, now battle-hardened and united, launched a series of decisive offensives. With the Black Ops unit continuing to strike at key targets, humanity's chance at victory seemed more achievable. The Empire, once so confident in their ability to crush Earth, now realized that their invasion had become a drawn-out conflict with no clear end in sight. The war was turning in humanity's favor, and the invaders began to understand a terrifying truth. They had awakened something in humanity that even their superior technology could not extinguish. The Empire's fall was no longer a question of if, but when. And when it came, Earth would stand victorious.